Hi, and welcome back to another episode of She Saw Truth. This episode is a little different because I have a little bit of a longer personal story to add to the truth that we're going to see. So in Matthew 10, actually 9:35, the scriptures say, "Then Jesus went about all the cities and the villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like a sheep having no shepherd." And I wrote in the margins of my Bible that this is my model for nursing, since I'm going into a field that is so people-oriented. I want this to be my model. I want to preach the gospel and heal sicknesses, but with compassion. And so this episode is all about compassion and how I learned a little bit more about sadness and healing from an experience in college I had last semester. So at the end of last semester, I was in her friend's room and I was talking to her, and then I got a piece of news, via text. And it wasn't earth-shattering, but it made me sad. It hurt my heart a little bit. So I went into my room, my own dorm room, and I cried, and then I came back, and I was like, I don't really think I want to be alone right now. And I wasn't sure how to act. I felt kind of silly for being so sad, because it wasn't like someone died. But she just made room for me on her bed, and I climbed up, and she gave me a bag of Starburst jelly beans, and then she just let me listen to sad songs with her, and she worked on homework, and I did things on my computer, and every once in a while, I'd say something that started with, or something that I was processing about the situation, and she would just say, I know, or I'm sorry, and that's all I needed. I didn't need someone to feel like they had to give me advice or to cheer me up. I just wanted someone to be okay with me being sad for a little while. And this made me think of the movie Inside Out. When Bing Bong loses his wagon and he's crying about it, joy and sadness have completely different approaches. Joy goes, hey, it's okay, we can fix this. And then sadness goes, I'm sorry, they took your rocket, that's something you loved, that's really sad. And ultimately, sadness's method works. And so then I started thinking, why as a culture are we sometimes very avoidant of sorrow? We try to fix things, and so we take someone else's sadness and we try to tie it up with a little bow and give it back to them and be like, you're okay. And if the situation isn't resolved, we start feeling guilty, or we just don't want to handle their sorrow anymore. And I thought, whatever happened to the initial reaction being, I am so sorry, I love you, and this is really hard. And then, just kind of shutting up for a little while and letting them deal with it. Whatever happened to that? And I fail to do this so often. I didn't realize how much I don't do it until I had that experience with that friend. And I realized how much it meant to me to hear just, I'm sorry, and that's hard. And so one of my goals for this year is to just let people be sad. I will give advice and encouragement if I feel that's needed. But initially, I just want to stop my reaction to be like, it's okay to fix it and to give advice. I just want them to be able to be sad. So if you're seeing this and you're dealing with some deep sorrow, I just want to tell you, I'm sorry. And that's really hard. And it's okay to not be okay.